Hello, my name is Bill Burruss. Since 1997, I have researched Central Virginia land values using the data that county, city, and the Lynchburg MLS provide. Much of this information is found on my blog, www.dirtblogger.com. Other information may be found on my website, acreageforyou.com. It is not my intent to reiterate all the information that has been presented in the past, but I will use it to show where we are and where we are going. Information can be as specific or as general as a client needs. We now have the tools to look at data of a county or a city. A 2-mile by 2-mile tax map or subdivision. Throughout the Lynchburg metropolitan area, we can research by zoning or school district. There are also many other ways to evaluate land. In this slide, we are seeing how the number of land sales under 6 acres compares with sales greater than 6 acres. This data comes from the counties of Amherst, Bedford, and Campbell, which is where a majority of current residential growth has been for the past 15 years. This slide shows the median price per acre for lots under 6 acres for the counties of Amherst, Bedford, and Campbell counties. This data is for undeveloped land, so no dwellings were on these properties. The median price is the price that is derived when you get the price per acre for every tract that was sold and select the one in the middle. So, if you had 5 sales, you would first sort the sales from the lowest to the highest price per acre and choose the one in the middle. In this case, it would be sale number 3. I prefer this over the average price because sales can be very low when one relative sells to another, or can be very high when one is purchasing commercial land. To get good data, you want to have quantity, which we have. Now, saying that, look at Amherst County for 2009. There were no sales under 6 acres of raw land. I prefer this over having only 3 or 4 sales because when you have very few, you're more likely to speculate. All of my data shows that 2005 to the second quarter of 2006 was the peak of this market. You can see this in the lines for Amherst and Campbell counties. Earlier, I stated research can be as specific or as general as the client needs. In this case, you see that the regional price per acre increased from 1998 to 2009. But how did this happen? Both Amherst and Campbell counties were down. It comes because Bedford County carried the other two. So this slide shows we have a strong region, but it also shows Amherst and Campbell counties have slowed while Bedford has increased, or has it? Remember, the previous slides were for lots that had no building on them. These tracts are all raw land. These lots are the same ones we reviewed. Now we want to look at how many sold. I showed you that there were no sales in Amherst for 2009. Here again we see that data, but we are now seeing the total number of sales that took place under 6 acres. The great thing about graphs is that the visual impact of the data can hit you in the face. Here we see that the volume of sales looks pretty similar between 1998 and 2005, but look how it falls for 2009. I have added the total number of sales in red. Here we can see in red what the decline was. Campbell down 74%, Bedford down 65%, and Amherst down 100%. Let's summarize. Information is specific or as general as needed. A majority of all tracts purchased are under 6 acres. From 1998 to 2009, the regional price per acre has increased, even when 2 of the 3 counties did not. The quantity of sales fell after 2005. More specific information may be found on my blog, which is www.dirtblogger.com. I want to end this presentation showing how you can use the historical data to assist in the purchase of a tract under 5 acres. I want to answer 2 questions. How many tracts under 6 acres are equal to or less than the 2009 regional median price, which was $28,266? I'll continue to use the counties of Amherst, Bedford, and Campbell. For this research, I have to go to data found on the Lynchburg MLS. It turns out that we have 684 tracts in our region that are listed for sale. This chart shows the percentage of those that are below the 2009 median. Remember, the median is the figure in the middle, so we should have 50% above and 50% below the median price. We are also using the data for 2009, not 2011. I actually like it this way because we'll see if the list prices have risen or fallen since 2009. I'll place an arrow to show which counties rose and which have fallen. We see that Amherst and Campbell have risen and that Bedford and the region have fallen. But let's not forget that Bedford has affected the region the most. Because Bedford is the real leader, we should expect to see the percentage of listings under the median price per acre to be close to 50%, but it is 22%. That means that 78% of Bedford County's listings are above the 2009 median. Based on my experience, this is too many. The next question I want to ask is, are there any listings in the Forest area that are less than the 2009 median price per acre? I want to know this because Forest has seen an incredible amount of growth over the years. This chart answers that question along with several other questions. Because 22% of the Bedford listings are less than the 2009 median price per acre, I wanted to see why this was the case. I believe the data in this chart shows this. Understand how data can change when you're looking for general information versus specific information. Even when you're looking at an area such as Forest, you will see that prices can be anywhere. It is possible that the more expensive tracts have greater amenities, such as a conservation easement, a lake, or a spectacular view. On the other hand, it might be because the developer is looking for a greater return. It is my belief that most of these lots came from land that was purchased for under $10,000 per acre, and because of this would question the purchase price. For further data and information, I hope you check out my website, acreageforyou.com, or my blog, dirtblogger.com. Please contact me with any specific questions you may have about land in Central Virginia. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.